was rich, but he came for your sake, to make you rich out of his poverty. Alleluia. The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. Jesus said to the Pharisees, "There was a rich man who used to dress in purple and fine linen and feast magnificently every day. And at his gate there lay a poor man called Lazarus, covered with sores, who longed to fill himself with the scraps that fell from the rich man's table. Dogs even came and licked his sores. Now the poor man died and was carried away by the angels to the bosom of Abraham. The rich man also died and was buried. In his torment in Hades he looked up and saw Abraham a long way off with Lazarus in his bosom. So he cried out, 'Father Abraham, pity me and send Lazarus to dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue. For I am in agony in these flames.' 'My son,' Abraham replied, 'remember that during your life good things came your way, just as bad things came the way of Lazarus. Now he is being comforted here while you are in agony. But that is not all. Between us and you are a great gulf has been fixed, to stop anyone, if he wanted to, crossing from our side to yours, and to stop any crossing from your side to yours.' The rich man replied, 'Father, I beg you then to send Lazarus to my father's house, since I have 5 brothers, to give them warning, so that they do not come to his place of torment too. They have Moses and the prophets,' said Abraham. 'Let them listen to them.' 'Ah, no, Father Abraham,' said the rich man, 'but if someone comes to them from the dead, they will repent.' Then Abraham said to him, 'If they will not listen either to Moses or to the prophets, they will not be convinced, even if someone should rise from the dead.'" The Gospel of the Lord. Now you all know what a great passion for football I have. And there is a story going on about 2 professional players of football who died. They used to play football together. When their career as professional football players ended, they remained playing five-a-side football just for the fun of it, and then afterwards to meet together in the pub and have a drink or two. One of these nights, maybe they drank 1 or 2 more extra ones. One of them said, "Listen," he told the other, "what if in afterlife there is no football? What are we going to do?" "That's a point," he said. "So let's make a deal. The first one who dies will advise the others if there is a football being played in heaven or not." And they made this deal. A few weeks later, one of them died. And he appeared to the other chap, and he said, "I have 2 great news. The first, a good one and a bad one. What do you want to hear first?" But give me the good one first. The good one is, in heaven there is football, all the way. Best players in the world are playing great football, and you can play. We all play. He said, "It's unbelievable," he said. "Can I join?" "What is the bad news?" "The bad news is that you are in the next team in a few days' time. We all have to go. This is the news. We all have to go. We know it, we know it. So if there is anything good that we need to do, we have to do it now. Otherwise, it will be too late. Too late afterwards. Too late. Now we have to do it. And what is Jesus was a great storyteller. You know, his stories, his parables have been there for 2,000 years, and then everyone is using them in a different way to explain a point, to give a message. And the message today is not only that there is afterlife, and that we all have to go there, which we all know, but sometimes we forget it or we want to forget it and live as if there is only this life here. Not only that, but also the principle that Jesus had in his life. His particular affection for the poor, for the downtrodden, for the marginalized people, people who were suffering, people who were on the side of society. He had a particular affect for them. And he told us the story. He even gave a name to the poor man, Lazarus. The rich man was known, we don't know his name. But Lazarus was there at the door of this man, at his table, eating from the leftovers of this rich man. Jesus here in this story does not condemn richness as such, or does not extol poverty as such. No, he's not passing any judgment on these two personalities. He doesn't know whether he was a good man or bad man. What is he accusing the rich man of? Not because he was rich or he was enjoying himself with his friends. That's quite fair and good to do. What is he accusing this rich man of doing? That he ignored, that he was not sensitive enough of the poor man who was sitting under his table. He did not take care of it. He didn't care. He didn't even notice that he was there until they were both together on the other side of the world. So he was insensitive of the needs of others. Jesus was always, we need as Christians, I always say this, we need as Christians an antenna, a special one, all the time, an antenna to be sensitive to the needs of others. That's how Jesus was. And he always had as particular attention to the poor, to the people who were on the side of society. He always embraced the poor. And this is what we need to learn from this parable, this story. We cannot wait to end this life without being sensitive to the poor, to the needs of others. And the first one who come next to us, the people who need a word of encouragement if they are passing through a difficult time, people who need a call to help them, people who need a visit in hospital or in prison or anywhere else. These are our responsibilities as Christians to do, because that's what Christ asked us to do. And by doing this, we are applying this parable of Abraham judging the rich man and the poor man in heaven. We both are destined to live forever in heaven. But in the meantime, while we are here, we are called to be responsible Christians, always looking to help others and be sensitive to their needs. Let's read this prayer we have when we sing. God of Abraham, creator of all that is, increase in me a sensitivity towards those who would otherwise be invisible. Let me know the ways and means with which I can offer assistance and sustenance. to those who are hungry, thirsty, and begging to be loved. Let my heart be a listening heart, and my being both giving and forgiving. Amen.